Concrete and steel were supposed to keep nature away. Instead, they created a new kind of jungle. In cities where humans seem completely in control, some animals are learning not just to survive, but to thrive alongside us. Peregrine falcons are the fastest animals on Earth, capable of reaching speeds over 320 kilometers per hour during a hunting dive. In New York City, they transformed skyscrapers into artificial cliffs, similar to the rocky places where they once nested in the wild. Tall buildings and bridges became perfect nesting sites high above the streets below. Today, around 30 breeding pairs live across the city. Instead of hunting ducks and wild birds, they now prey mostly on pigeons, which are everywhere in urban areas. The falcons ignore traffic, noise, and constant human activity, using the height of buildings to launch deadly attacks through the skyline. During the 20th century, pesticides like DDT nearly wiped them out, but after those chemicals were banned, peregrine falcons recovered, proving that even one of nature's greatest hunters can successfully adapt to the modern urban world. Red foxes have lived in London since the 1930s, and today their population is estimated at around 10,000 individuals. Over time, they transformed gardens, parks, and alleyways into their own hunting grounds, becoming one of the city's most successful urban predators. Unlike their rural relatives, London's foxes are far less fearful of humans. They move through the streets mostly at night, using spaces beneath buildings and quiet corners of parks as shelter. The city provides them with constant food sources, including discarded leftovers, insects, and small animals. To survive in urban environments, foxes gradually changed both their behavior and biology. Urban foxes often have shorter snouts that help them search for food in tight spaces, and smaller brains linked to reduced dependence on hunting live prey. They quickly adapt to traffic noise, bright lights, and constant human activity. Many raise their young in underground dens, hidden beneath buildings or inside parks. Their success shows how animals can evolve surprisingly quickly, adapting to city life within only a few generations. Rhesus macaques have created a parallel society across the rooftops and crowded streets of Delhi. They live in large groups, using buildings as extensions of the cliffs and trees their ancestors once depended on in the wild. The monkeys regularly moved through residential neighborhoods, government buildings, and temples, where people often feed them. To survive in the city, rhesus macaques adapted through intelligence and social organization. Over time, they lost much of their fear of humans, learning to associate people with easy sources of food. They developed skills for stealing food and navigating the dense urban environment with incredible speed. With almost no natural predators in the city, their population continues to grow. The monkeys use rooftops as safe pathways above the crowded streets and quickly learn how to open windows or doors while searching for food. Despite living in one of the busiest cities in the world, rhesus macaques still preserve natural behaviors like play, social hierarchy, and group cooperation, adapting those instincts to modern urban life. Wild boars now live throughout Berlin's parks and forests, sometimes wandering into gardens and residential neighborhoods. Their urban population became so established that city boars are now genetically different from their rural relatives. Across Berlin, green spaces turned into feeding and breeding grounds for these powerful animals. To survive in the city, wild boars adapted by becoming more tolerant of humans and urban activity. Unlike many urban animals, they still rely mostly on natural food sources, such as acorns, roots, insects, and plants, instead of human waste. Berlin's parks and forests provide enough resources to support large populations. Over time, the boars learned how to avoid dangers like roads and traffic while moving through urban areas. Female boars show remarkable intelligence, carefully guiding their young through crowded environments and keeping them safe. Many now reproduce entirely inside city parks, rarely returning to rural habitats. Scientists believe their long presence in Berlin even caused genetic changes that made them less fearful of people. Their success proves that even large mammals can adapt to human environments, turning urban green spaces into stable habitats for survival. Brown rats are among the most common urban animals on Earth. They live inside sewers, basements, tunnels, and abandoned buildings, forming massive colonies beneath modern cities. Rats are famous for their ability to squeeze through tiny spaces and survive almost anywhere humans exist. To survive in urban environments, they developed extraordinary adaptability. Rats quickly learn to avoid traps and poisons, while genetic changes allow them to process many kinds of food, including human waste. Over time, urban rats became bolder and less fearful of people. Some populations even show physical changes, including longer snouts and modified teeth better suited for feeding on discarded leftovers. Their success also comes from intelligence and social behavior. Rats reproduce extremely quickly, form complex social hierarchies, and can climb, swim, dig, and navigate city infrastructure with remarkable efficiency. In many cities, separate rat populations evolve independently, becoming genetically different even within the same urban area. Humans did not destroy nature. We simply invited it to live beside us. These animals show how adaptable wildlife can become inside a human-made world. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more.